Okay, we have fun with chemistry, but we only let you have fun if you're about 15 years old or older.
Stop?
And I want to change that. Because the periodic table is what our whole world is made of.
Okay.
Everything in the universe is made up of everything on the periodic table of elements. And what we do is we throw it at kids when they're 15 and they run away screaming. And I don't understand why, because, well, it's hard, I'm sure. Because I know none of you have ever heard of something like this. Aluminum. Scary, right? Well, it's an element on the periodic table of elements. Aluminum foil. Aluminum. Are you scared yet? Okay, hang on. I'll scare you. I will. Let's see. I know what you've never heard of. Carbon. Carbon. Anybody? Carbon. I'm hearing it. Yes! Okay, so the people that brought all this here and made all this possible, the Center for Carbon and Hydrogen, what they do is they study carbon and they study hydrogen. And the reason that they study carbon is, okay, let's say that you have 3 friends and it's really hard for 4 people to see things the same way and get along well. Well, carbon on the periodic table plays well. And it can play well with 3 people at a time, and it's just fantastic. And every one of you has carbon in your body, and every living thing has carbon in it, and carbon is fantastic. And a diamond ring is carbon. Diamond is carbon. But guess what I pulled out of my fireplace? A burnt log. Also carbon. It's amazing. Carbon can do so many things. Watch, here's another form of carbon. Ready? Don't miss it. Did you see it? It came out of my mouth. Right? You breathe in oxygen, you breathe out carbon and oxygen. So carbon's really cool. It takes a lot of really great forms. So are you afraid of the periodic table yet? No, can I? Okay, we'll find a metal that nobody knows what it is. Let's see, let me, where's my little clicker thing? I'm new at technology. Hang on a minute. There it is. I invented this version of the periodic table for children, and you'll notice that the lanthanide and actinide series are missing because we really don't need to shove it down their throats so early. This is just introductory. I don't see any reason to just slam them with it. So let's deal with the simpler things. So I don't think anybody has ever heard of, let's see, copper. What? Seriously? Can you see if you can find it on the periodic table? I know you probably can. It's just really confusing and crazy and hard and probably not, yeah, copper. But, hey, you found my carbon. You found my carbon. You found it. Yeah, it's easy, right? Copper, what do you think, copper? You want to talk about cobalt, do you? Let's talk about cobalt. This looks like glass, and it is glass, but it's not just any glass. This is very old glass. And you know why it's blue? Because it has cobalt in it. And he found it for us on the periodic table. Thank you very much for that. Anybody else afraid that wants to come up and find something for me? I like that red hat, dude. You gotta bring it. Come on. Can you find my copper for me? I'll give you a hint. It's in the 20s. Ah, there's my copper. Thank you very much for finding my copper. And you all say you've heard of it, right? Okay, this is cool. This is how it looks when it comes out of the ground. Weird and chunky. And it's a metal. And so we can play with it, and we can put it in wiring in our house because it conducts electricity. And it's a good conductor of heat, so we use it for pipes. I had my husband rip this out of the tub. So now you can see what your pipes look like behind the wall. They're all made out of copper. Copper is cool. Yeah. Pennies! Oh! Thank you! Pennies are made of copper. I had the experiments out there that had pennies in them, but they disappeared really quick. Okay, now we're going to talk about a metal that everybody knows. Everybody knows this metal. Eggshells. That's a metal. You're not buying it, are you? No, it is. Calcium is a metal. Let me show you a little trick about this scary, crazy thing. Let me show you how hard it is. If it's over here, it's a metal. If it's over here, it's a gas. And it just works its way over. That's it. It's not a big, scary thing. And where's calcium? It's a metal. Okay, why is it white? I'll tell you why it's white. Because it rusts just like that. How long does it take iron to rust? Put some iron outside. Give it a couple of months. Calcium is a shiny silver metal. As soft as butter. You cut it. Watch it turn white right in front of your eyes. It rusts that fast. That's why it's white. Eggshells, made of calcium. Your bones, they're white, made of calcium. Why? Because they're exposed to oxygen and they rust. Your bones are rusty. And they're metal. You're made of metal. Who knew? Yeah, robo people. Okay. What else can we... silver. Another element on the periodic table, but you've never heard of silver because... you know? Ma'am, you just put your hand up. I saw it. Come find silver for me. That's it. She found silver. Still not hard. I'm working on it. Okay. A long time ago when they first did photography, it wasn't on the phone. It was really hard. And the only way they could figure out to make a negative, yes, there used to be these things, and they would have to dip it in a silver bath. That's real silver on this paper. Real silver to make a negative. That's what they used to do with it anyway. Let's see, silicone. Anybody want to find silicone for me? Lady in the pink in the back. Can you find silicone? S-I. Silicone, S-I. Yes, ma'am, silicone. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do silicone. Yes, sand. Every one of you have played in sand. Don't deny it. I know you have. You played in silicone. You played in chemistry. From the periodic table, no less. Guess what happens when we heat it up? We get our glass again. Still silicone. And let's see, what else can we do with silicone? Oh, calcite crystal? Mostly silicone. Oh, yeah, I do technology, don't I? Let's see, why is that important now? Because it's a miniature computer. Yeah, it's got a thick case. I'm clumsy. I drop it every day. Everything that you have that's technology would not work without silicone. Why? Because not only is silicone clear, shiny, fun to play with, but it stores information. Who knew? Simple element off the periodic table. What else can we play with? Let's play with iron. Nobody's heard of iron, right? Iron. Good, great. How do you know all this stuff? Let's see, iron. Did you have your hand up? Did you want to try to come find iron? This is a trick. I should have warned you before you put your hand up. This one's a trick. It says iron, but it doesn't look like iron. I'll give you a hint. It's in the middle. Right smack in the middle. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you're fast. People don't find it that fast. Thank you very much. Okay, so you notice that the symbols make sense, right? The little letters make sense. But iron is F-E? Seriously? What kind of joke is that? How are you going to remember iron is not I, but F-E? Well, a long time ago they used to call iron ferrous. So once it's stuck, it's stuck. So they changed it to iron, but they kept the F-E. So the thing about iron is it rusts, right? It turns red when it rusts. Well, we can take our silicone again. Silicone makes our wonderful, beautiful gemstones. But it turns out, if you start throwing iron in there with it, it makes it purple. Silicone's cool. Look, it makes glass blue. It makes minerals purple. It's awesome. Okay. Let's mix up some stuff, because you know what chemists do? We mix stuff together, right? We also have to take things apart. And I have in here iron, sand, silicone, and water. We're going to do this today, and you're going to help me. This is a typical chemistry problem. How do we separate all three out into separate containers? I posed this question to my husband 2 nights ago. He's back there with the camera. It was so fun watching him run around this thing with magnets and try to hold everything to the top, and then it would fall and make a mess, and he finally just said, okay, I don't get it. But you're going to get it today, because we're going to do it over here, and it's so simple. Don't make it hard. It's easy. So that's what we're going to do. Now we have 2 elements from the periodic table right here that you ingest every single day. You drink a chemical every single day. As a matter of fact, most of you is made of this chemical, and if you don't drink it, you will die. It's 2 elements. I need 2 people. I saw the orange shirt hand go up, and yeah, red jacket. So, come on up, you guys, and we're going to find 2 elements. We can put 2 elements together that are, one is very, very dangerous, by the way. It's a metal. Y'all gonna help me out? Alright. See hydrogen? It's supposed to be a metal, but it's so light it can't make one. It keeps leaving the planet and going off into outer space. So technically, it behaves like a gas. And when we mix it with another, because if it's over here, it's a gas. Gas, you get 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Ringing a bell? H2O. H2, we got 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Water! Yay. Alright, what I'm going to need you 2 to do is pour that water in this beaker and set it on the back table for me. Y'all can take it back there. So what we're going to do now is we are going to play. I have coloring pages for elements off the periodic table on table 1. We're going to separate sand, iron, and water on table 2. And we are going to play with real chemical glassware on table 3, if anybody wants to join me. So I will see you over here. If you have a question, you can come ask me over here while we play.